morning, class. My name is Corporal McMahon, and today we're going to be going over task number 071-COM-0815, how to practice noise, light, and litter discipline. Before we begin the class, let's knock out some administrative tasks. The overall risk level is low. There are a few hazards in the area. Please be aware of the ceiling fan in the middle of the room. Avoid getting too close to it or sticking objects in it, because you can become injured. Be aware that the coffee pot is hot. Make sure to only touch the handle because you could be burned. Please avoid the outlets around the room. You can be electrocuted by them, so do not put anything unnecessary into the outlet. And avoid tripping hazards. There are a lot of cords and backpacks scattered around the room. Please make sure that you are aware of your surroundings when moving around the room, and place your items on the floor neatly and out of the way. And as always, this is a green training area. Remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle. We will do a police call later on to make sure we pick up all of our papers and garbage. Another hazard could be the inclement weather. However, the forecast looks good today. In the event of high winds or tornado, we will take shelter in the basement located through the west door of the room. Last thing is physical security. In the event of an active shooter, remember, run, hide, fight. First, we will try to get away. If we are unable to do that, we will hide and barricade the doors. And if we are unable to hide, we will fight. Now, before I begin the class, we're going to go over an initial PCC, PCI. So I want you to take out your CAC, your dog tags, your wet weather gear, your water source, pencil or pen, and paper. So go ahead and get that out real quick. Alright, so now we're going to go into actually teaching the class. Again, this is task number 071-COM-0815, how to practice noise, light, and litter discipline. The conditions: you are a member of a mounted or dismounted element conducting a tactical mission and have been directed to comply with noise, light, and litter discipline. Enemy elements are in your area of operation. Some iterations of this task should be performed in Mod 4. The standards: prevent enemy from locating your element by exercising noise, light, and litter discipline at all times. Any questions? All right, moving forward. With performance step number 1, we will exercise noise discipline. So, what are some things we can avoid to practice noise discipline? Good. So, avoid all unnecessary vehicular and foot movement. We should also secure all metal objects, such as weapon slings, canteen cups, and dog tags, with tape or some other type of material to prevent them from making noise during movement. So, we've got our tape here. Our dog tags are pretty loud. So we're gonna take some tape. This is just some run-of-the-mill medical tape. Then we're just gonna tape them together. They don't jingle together. I hear a little bit of noise, but not like it was. All right, now be cautious when securing objects so that you do not obstruct the moving parts of your weapon or vehicles. So obviously don't tape over the wheels of your vehicle, don't tape over any parts of your weapon. That will prevent it from shooting. You should also avoid all unnecessary talk and use your visual techniques to communicate, to keep talk to a minimum. You should also only use your radio when necessary and assure the volume on the radio is set to low so that only you can hear it. All right, so Sierra Hotel, how copy, over?
Copy, good, over.
Standby, over. See, that was pretty loud, so we're gonna adjust the volume just loud enough so that you can hear it and it's not gonna give you away to the enemy. So let's try this again. Sierra Hotel, how copy, over? Much better. With performance step number 2, we will exercise light discipline. So the first thing, do not smoke. The smoking of cigarettes, cigars, etc. can be seen and smelled by the enemy. Now, how are some ways you can conceal flashlights and other light sources? Okay, good. To filter the light from your flashlight, you can use the red light lens or place the light under something such as your wet weather gear or a poncho. So, if you're somewhere where you need to use light, maybe you're writing a letter to your girlfriend, you have your light here. You can be underneath your wet weather gear with your light, write your letter. If you're practicing noise or light discipline. All right. So, you should also cover or blacken anything that reflects light, such as metal surfaces, vehicles, and glass. So for the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to use this. Now, if you had any of these road cones out, obviously you could put them away, you could cover them with something, but let's just say this is one of those reflective markers on the side of a road. You can use your tape, preferably 100-mile-per-hour tape, to conceal this. So you take it, cover it up, cover it all the way around so none of the reflective area is showing. Now, like I said, we'd prefer to use 100-mile-per-hour tape because this duct tape, this color, you might not be able to tell right now, but it is also a little bit reflective. So preferably do not use this silver duct tape because it's a little bit reflective itself, but 100-mile-per-hour tape, much better. So we should also conceal vehicles and equipment with available natural camouflage. This could be anything from branches to leaves. If you have one of those tarps that look like natural camouflage, go ahead and throw that over top of it. Lastly, with performance step number 3, we will exercise litter discipline. So when occupying a position, you must establish a litter collection point for things such as empty food containers like MREs, empty ammunition cans or boxes, old camouflage, or any other trash. You will see that I have a trash bag here next to me for this purpose. So that is here. I have my trash bag. I have some trash. Got your old MRE bag. All right, don't throw it on the floor. Don't throw it on the ground outside. You want to take this, put it in here. Do not litter. So you have this here, you have your litter collection point. Before leaving a position, verify all litter has been collected and then take it with you. So at this point, I would do police call, assuring all trash is in my trash bag, and I would secure the bag and take it with me when we are completed with our training. Okay, does anyone have any questions on that demonstration? All right, no questions at this point. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to practice, and I'm going to walk around and make sure you are conducting the task appropriately. So go ahead and begin. All right, that was your 5 minutes of practice. Was there anything you have questions on? All right, pending any questions, we're going to move into the actual evaluation. So first, let's do another quick PCC. Does everyone still have their CAC, dog tags, wet weather gear, water source, pencil, and paper? All right, moving on. To begin, I will restate the task, conditions, and standards for you. This is task number 071-COM-0815, how to practice noise, light, and litter discipline. And I will be your instructor, Corporal Bobby McMahon. Your conditions are: you are a member of a mounted or dismounted element conducting a tactical mission and have been directed to comply with noise, light, and litter discipline. Enemy elements are in your area of operation. Some iterations of this task should be performed in MOP 4. Standards: prevent enemy from locating your element by exercising noise, light, and litter discipline at all times. For this training, you will be evaluated individually, and you must receive a go on all 3 stations. Now, I will evaluate one member of the squad. All right, Specialist Dirt, go ahead. Alright, Specialist Dirt, you got all of your points, so you are go at this time. Everyone else, retrain will take place tomorrow, 22 July at 0900 at this location in your OCPs. Re-evaluation will take place tomorrow as well following chow. Report time for this will be 1300 at the same location with the same uniform as today. Sergeant, the assessment of my squad is that they are untrained. Now, I'm going to account for all of my equipment. I have my radio, a roll of duct tape, garbage bag, and tactical light with red lens. All my equipment is present and accounted for. Now we're going to conduct an AAR. I want to start this off by saying that everyone has a right to speak, and I want to encourage maximum participation. Please don't talk over each other, and as always, be respectful of differing viewpoints. So, we're going to start off with what was supposed to happen. The first thing I was supposed to do was brief my deliberate risk assessment. Following that, we were supposed to do a pre-combat inspection and put my checks in my PCI checklist. Next, I was supposed to state the task, conditions, and standards verbatim and introduce myself. Following that, I was supposed to give a step-by-step introduction and demonstrate each step, ensuring that all notes, cautions, and warnings were stated in the order that they appeared in the text. After that, I was going to ask you if you had any questions, give you about 5 minutes to practice. Following that, I was supposed to restate the task, conditions, and standards, and evaluate the squad at that time. Following the evaluation of the squad, I was supposed to provide you feedback and then report the assessment of the squad to my leadership. Following that, I was supposed to record the results and state retrain and retest time, date, location, and uniform. And lastly, I assured positive control of all of my equipment. So, now, what actually happened today? Alright, now what would you say went right and what went wrong? Alright, now how can I improve the training for next time? Alright, thank you all for your feedback. In summary, we went over what was supposed to happen, what actually happened, what went right and what went wrong, and lastly, how I can improve the training for next time. Last couple questions. Were there any injuries during the training, and were all of my controls implemented effectively? Alright. Nobody had any injuries, so I'm going to say that yes, all of my controls were effectively implemented. Now, we're going to move into our final PCI. Again, I'm going to do that hands-on, so I need you to get out your CAC, dog tags, wet weather gear, water source, pencil, and paper. Okay, everything is accounted for. So that is going to wrap up this block of instruction. Remember, retrain will take place tomorrow at 0900 at this location in OCPs, and reevaluation will follow at 1300. And again, thank you for your participation. Please make sure to do a quick police call of your area before leaving. There will be no following instructions, so I will release you back to your individual squad leaders, and that will conclude my training. Now, I would like to request to close out the training site.